Hi everyone, I'm Tina Amir and welcome to my channel. So for today we're going to continue learn Malay and it's about time. In Malaysia we have our own time called Malaysian time. So I have to explain if you are living here or if you plan to come here and to stay here and to make good connection about people here, you have to know about Malaysian time. Well, the bitter truth is not all of us but many really not punctual. If you promise them at 10 a.m., maybe they will come at 10:15 or 10:30 and it's really will drive you crazy. But not everybody like that, bear in mind. If you want to make a promise to somebody, you must say to them like, oh, exact 10. And then we have our own promise too when it comes about time. For example, you promise to somebody, next week, Thursday, I'll wait you in front of the shopping complex. And then when it comes to Thursday, they didn't turn up. You call them, hey, hello, where are you now? It's already 9. And then they will say, on my way. On my way is actually for them, they're still in the house. And this will drive you crazy if you don't understand about the culture here. What you can do if you really want them to be really punctual, well, depend on people. Cannot everybody like that. So if that person already punctual, when you tell them to be punctual and you really stress on that, that's kind of insult too. So if somebody not punctual and you know that already, then you must stress to them, okay, 10 exact. I don't want you to be late. Let's say you make a promise for the next week, next Thursday. On that Wednesday, you have to call them and say to them, tomorrow at what time you must be there because we already promised. If you manage to establish that connection, communicate to them about you want them to be punctual, then I think you will have no problem. Before I start this lesson, for today about time, to have a better understanding, you better watch my numbers video first so you get clear idea about numbers here. So to begin, let me tell you two common questions that related to time. First one is, what's the time? What's actually in Malay apa? That's formal. Apa is informal. Time actually means masa. That's formal. Informal, masa. But somehow, what's the time in Malay is pukul berapa. Here's the funny thing. Pukul berapa is what's the time, but pukul also means hit or beat. Okay, that's really violent. So pukul berapa, that's formal. Informal, pukul berapa. Can also ask, what's the time now? What's the time now is formal, pukul berapa sekarang. Informal, pukul berapa sekarang. And then the next common question is, can you please tell me what's the time now? Can means boleh, you, awak, please, tolong, or sila. Sila is informal, sila is formal. Tell, beritahu, me, saya. Can you please tell me what's the time now? This is formal. Boleh beritahu saya pukul berapa sekarang. Informal. Boleh bagi tahu saya pukul berapa sekarang. Boleh bagi tahu saya pukul berapa sekarang. So, how you gonna say pukul 1, pukul 2? For time, Malay actually reverse than English. 1 o'clock means pukul 1. 6 o'clock means pukul 6. 9 o'clock means pukul 9. You can say sekarang pukul 1. Now, 1 o'clock. So, sekarang is now. Exact is tepat. So, if you wanna force somebody to come at time, you can use tepat. Pukul 6 tepat. Exact 6 o'clock. Sometimes you really want to stress, you should be on time. You will say tepat. But that's not correct for writing. Just that's how we speak. So, really stress on the tepat, okay? And then, about means lebih kurang. About 9 o'clock. Lebih kurang pukul 9. Almost means hampir. Almost 6 o'clock. Hampir pukul 6. I guess that's the 4 important words for time. Now we move on to how to say quarter past, quarter to, half past. I give one example here. Quarter past 3. As I said, in Malay, we reverse from English. Quarter past 3. Pukul 3 suku. That's formal. Informal, pukul 3 suku. And the funny thing is we have idiom 3 suku or informal 3 suku, which means crazy. So if you want to say somebody crazy, but you don't want to say crazy or gila or informal gila, So you'll say 3 suku or 3 suku, but don't say. 3:30 means pukul 3:30. That's informal. Formal, pukul 3:30. Half means setengah. And then in English we have 2:45. For example, 2:45. In Malay we don't have that kind of exact word like English. So you just say 2:45. Pukul 2:45. That's informal. Formal, pukul 2:45. In my previous video also for greeting, make sure you watch that greeting video. So I said our greeting different than English. For example, for afternoon, good afternoon. Our afternoon only exists from 12 noon until 1:59 p.m. That's only our noon. So if you want to wish somebody good afternoon, it must be from 12 until 1:59 p.m. And then our evening or petang. So if you want to wish somebody good evening, it started from 2 p.m. until 6:49 p.m. So at that time you can wish them selamat petang or good evening. But for English, you can say good evening even at night before somebody sleep. So when somebody was about to sleep, then you say good night. But not for Malay. Our night or malam started from 7 p.m. until 11:59. That's our malam. So you can wish people selamat malam. And 12 night we call tengah malam, midnight. For tengah hari we just call noon, but tengah means mid, hari means day. It's like midday, tengah hari. For our morning, 1 a.m. already consider morning for us until 11:59. Make sure you know the difference of our time and English time. Other than 1:45, 1/4 or 1/2, you can also say in Malay just like in English, but we don't have that AM and PM. For example here, 10:47. So you will say pukul 10:47 pagi. You will mention it's pagi, it's 10 a.m. So confirm it's pagi. And then another example is 4:13 p.m. Pukul 4:13 petang. That's informal. For formal, pukul 4:13 petang. And in Malay, we will call our clock is jam. For watch, jam tangan. Jam tangan, tangan actually means hand, so jam tangan. My watch is fast, or my watch is slow. Fast means cepat, slow means lambat. Jam tangan saya cepat, my watch is fast. And then you may mention how many minutes. In Malay, minute, and in English also minute, but just different spelling. And then Malay don't have S to indicate plural. I guess that's all our lesson for now. Make sure you watch time part 2. I separate it so I don't cram your head in one big lesson at a time. Thank you for watching me and see you again next time. Bye.